Welcome back, everyone, to another Cheap Labor Podcast episode. My name is Justin, and as always is my brother Jacob. And today, we're going to give you a quick update on our lives and just let you guys know what, we're going to keep it like a fun episode, just tell you guys what annoys us.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be something that we can continue to branch off of with Isaiah when he comes through. What we have planned is an episode titled, What Grinds Our Gears? And we're going to talk about what grinds our gears, just what makes us mad, what annoys us. And I mean, none of this is going to be personal against each other. It's not like, oh, Justin chews too loud, or Justin doesn't like the fact that I don't know,
The Padres
talk.
talk.
Padres just threw a no-hitter. No, but yeah, hopefully when we get Isaiah, we can expand on this one. So this is our first episode of What Grinds Our Gears.
Yeah, and it's been like 2 weeks since we made the last video.
2-week hiatus.
Yeah, it's just I got real tired. Not of YouTube, but it's just in general. I've been working a lot and then trying to figure out how to manage work life and personal life. And YouTube unfortunately paid more of the price on trying to figure that stuff out. But I think I got more. I would say I just got better with dealing with on how to manage my time, work on better time management. And yeah, we just wanted to give like a quick update.
And filming schedules are very difficult around nowadays. Justin works majority days of the week, and he has like maybe 2 days to
my weekends are not like traditional
his weekends are Fridays and Saturdays, and typically it's just, I think we just hit the a very tough schedule of everything going on. So excuse us for if we just take random breaks, and if we don't even say like what's happening, don't take it that we have no motivation to upload anymore, because we clearly do. We've been wanting to get back at it, but there's just been no time.
Bruh.
Yeah. But honestly, the last episode we had that we uploaded at least was the MRE, and that was so much fun. And it's not like we were showing any kind of signs of slowing down. If anything, that's something we want to build up with.
Yeah, we definitely want to take vlogs into more of our YouTube channel, like, because making podcasts, it's pretty easy. You just sit down and talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, or whatever we want to talk about. But we want to try to make things more entertaining, have more of our personal lives in it. Mm-hmm. Not to make it too personal or weird, but we're going to try to make it seem like, hey, look what we're going to try to do today, going to this location or with these people.
Yeah.
Because that's something we definitely were lacking the last time we were, I guess you can say, first season of the podcast.
Yeah.
But over right now, we're just trying to branch out to do more stuff. And we have a couple of cool ideas, and especially since we live in the world of in the world of COVID.
Quiet.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet. We're things are getting better slowly.
Yeah.
It is happening slowly, but we just have to stay positive with all that.
And to be where we started podcasting at a time of kind of like no one really knew what was happening. Mm-hmm. And there were still people doing everything that they felt like and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of started at a horrible time to even anticipate vlogs of going out and about with people. We hadn't seen Isaiah in like 6 months.
Yeah, it's definitely months on
We
end.
hadn't seen him in 6-7 months. And it sucked because... insert dad while we're watching. That sucked. Looking at me. It sucked a lot to not see Isaiah, and especially because we had all these ideas of going out and doing all these cool vlogs, but we knew it wouldn't be responsible for us to go out and do what we need. So I guess this is our way of saying that we're not done yet, and we're far from it. And if anything, this is the next step up for us. So, yeah, Ric Flair all the way. So yeah, I think with this kind of cheesy, we're not done yet I'm not leaving kind of thing. I think we can transition into what grinds our gears.
Yeah.
Unless you had something else to say.
No, no, we're good. We're good on going on to the transition.
Very cool.
Yeah, we just wanted to talk about stuff that like annoys us, just because.
Yeah.
More often than not, we
It's fun.
find friends, or just we relate to other people, not only through the stuff that we enjoy, but the stuff that we despise or just really get annoyed at. And
me, Justin, and Isaiah all kind of share the same things of like what we enjoy with music. That I'm pretty sure that's what got us so closely bonded with each other, and just we enjoy listening to music all the time with each other. If it's new, Pitbull, we got Pitbull coming in. But we just enjoy all the kinds of music that we share with each other. And then prior, I'm not gonna say that it grinds my gears that Isaiah likes Green Day, but that just might be our thing that we do. And we just love music. We love all this stuff. But in doing that, we also share the same things that we don't really like. I know we're not the biggest people on what's popping on the radio, I guess you can say. Like, I've never, I shouldn't say never, been like a big fan of whatever happens on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just got annoyed with the same 4 songs playing all the time. And
yeah, when it comes to driving in our cars, I never have the radio on, not FM or AM or even like whatever Pandora. I just play my music off of Spotify just because I don't want to hear the Shape of You like again.
I went to Costco with my mom, and the 2 Olivia Rodrigo songs.
Oh
played.
yeah,
and I explained to my mom that's
Driver's
the girl
License.
from Bizarre Park, and she was like, "Oh," and I'm like, Justin saw her at a Jack White concert. Actually, it's a funny story. For another time. Course, it's not even that long of a story.
No, I went to a concert with my girlfriend to one of my favorite artists, Jack White, and I just happened to see her. And I was like, "Oh, that's the girl from Bizarre Park." It's like Julian's new girlfriend.
She's getting tips for what's it called? How to sing tremendously like Jack White and everything.
Oh yeah,
and I mean, all power to her. Because, I mean, Bizarre Park wasn't the biggest Disney Channel show, really. So
it was funny, and then Jake Paul just became stupid.
Oh, the Jake Paul versus Justin call out.
No, I'm not.
No. We'll watch him fight Ben Askren and see where that goes. So, I think I'll get us started with what grinds my gears. I think...
Well, we were just talking about the radio.
Yeah.
And I can even speak for Isaiah... because he would carry
Billie
his
Eilish.
Yeah, he loves Billie Eilish. But he would even just bring in his speaker, his Bluetooth speaker, and not even turn on the radio.
And he just play it from his phone.
Yeah.
It's a makeshift radio right there. And, I mean, do it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't really like what's going on. And then we introduced him to Rock 105.3. Big plug to you guys. It is most certainly lit, Travis. We showed him... And the first song that played was actually playing a Queens of the Stone Age song. And if you know us, we absolutely love Queens of the Stone Age. Next song came up was Nirvana's Heart-Shaped Box. And he gave us the look. He gave us the look. And I think he just fell in love with that radio station. So
more often than not, radio does kind of annoy us. I get annoyed when... especially at my work, when people play I would say just one artist nonstop. Like, I get it. There's people who listen to a playlist and it's nonstop. That's just their favorite songs. But when it's just one artist,
when it's the 5th Bruno Mars song.
Yeah, at my work, it's Bad Bunny or Beyonce. I was like, I like some of the Beyonce songs, but I'm listening to this really slow swing style music
while working.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, this definitely gets me motivated to move around.
Yeah, well, I think what also aggravates me with radio is like not reading the room and playing like a song, because I've done it before where like we'll be at like a bonfire and some people come by us, and maybe it's my way of telling them to like go away because me, you, and Isaiah are
because of the
having
implication.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking and people just come up, and I mean, like, we're not trying to be mean or anything of a burp cam.
Excuse me.
We're not trying to be mean, and
We're not trying to burp into the microphone and go, hold on.
Oh, that sounded full on ASMR. Everybody cringe. And I just started playing.
I just had crabs.
I start playing Megadeth on the speaker, like Tornado of Souls or what's another good one? Architecture of something destruction. But yeah, I just do that because I feel like it when people just like tell them to go away. But I hate it when you go to a store and you just like you don't censor things. There's kids walking around. And I'm that I'm that kind of person where it's like, oh my god, like, because we have so many nephews and I cringe.
Like, I get
when
it
my young nephews cuss. It's like, so stupid.
Yeah, I really I guess that's one thing we all kind of hate is when we have these little cousins or nephews, or just straight up cursing or rapping to like songs that are inappropriate. I get it. Music has changed and parents can,
not you, Mark. You were the only person.
Whooped it.
Yeah. But yeah, there's certain aspects of listening to. We're gonna have to put whoopty as a
yeah, just for Mark.
Just the whooped it. I think it's just when kids try to act big and by acting grown, they say the F word like 4 times in a sentence. It's like, oh, that was effing stupid. I effing hate effing, and it's God damn it. Yeah, that's funny though, just because it's that in certain situations. But when that becomes part of your vocabulary, where that's a normal word, I think you need to calm yourself right there. But that's just me. I know a lot of parents don't really care, and I'm not a parent, so
no, I definitely don't like it when kids are speaking to their parents in a rude way, especially when there's cursing involved, because I can never in my life, if I disagreed with something with my parents, I even said stupid or like ass or something like that, I'd get my ass handed to me.
Yeah.
But I can't even, like, I've seen people like say the F word so casually with their parents, like, oh, shut that F up. I'm like, oh my god.
I think we just grew up in that sense of like
my mom would beat us.
Yeah, if you have to respect your parent to the extension of that. And don't try it. Yeah, I wouldn't try it, Obi. I it's just so like why? It frustrates me to the extent where you're like, wow, and it makes me
just committed suicide.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I hate it because if I was the parent and so, like, you know, like, if they say it behind their back and everything, like, or not behind their back, I'm sorry, like, behind closed doors, they say it, we're not around, that's fine. Like, I don't care. Do you. But if you're making, like, a scene in front of a bunch of people and you say that, I just can't help but to feel bad for the parent just because it's like, wow, that's normal. That's normal. And
yeah,
we're going to take videos and point at you the whole time. Ha! It's like, why do that?
Not that one.
Yeah, I think that one grinds my gears.
Definitely.
Or that and people in school that like have the audacity to like act like the teacher is like trying to
like the brown nosers.
No, that sorta. But the people like the folks that swear that the teachers are like restraining them from doing things. It's like you're failing me on purpose type thing. That's annoying. But I mean,
it's like, no, Steven, you haven't showed up this whole time, this whole week,
like, and all these absences and missing assignments. I mean,
I had a friend that
you want me to swipe it under the rug or what?
I had a friend who was
because I'm a stud,
or he's ballsy, and he was basically would say like, hey, can you round my 36% to a 90?
Oh, that's so meme right there.
Because they kept showing up late.
I'm sorry.
Or they just wouldn't be there. They're just disrespectful, lazy students. And I'm not saying that like, oh, you need to always respect, I guess you could say, like, authorities.
Respect went like 2 ways between teachers.
Yeah, I mean, you should always give people respect, regardless of how you are introduced to them. But especially with teachers, you should always respect them, even though, yes, there's certain exceptions when they are actively trying to, and this is just a very rare like percentage of teachers who actually don't do their job, but majority of the time teachers try to do their best, and you should give those teachers respect.
Yeah, and I mean, hopefully, like if any teacher watches this, Miss Ross, I did give respect to the teachers that would show respect to the students as well. Like I think senior year there was I'm not gonna say any names. I had a teacher that thought she was like a student with us, and she like would say things, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say something back, and you're not gonna do anything about it because I know you won't. Perfect. Like she said like, oh, I called your mom. I'm like, oh yeah, on what phone? Like, and something really dumb. I'm like, oh yeah, what phone number? And she's like, and she said, I can move you to the front. I'm like, I'm not in 5th grade anymore. I'm about to graduate. I'm like, so do what you need. And
I like it when supposedly you're misbehaving and they're gonna move you around the class so you don't talk to the person you're next to.
I got friends everywhere.
Yeah, you got friends all over the classroom, so you just talk to everyone.
That only happened once, where they moved me and I had like nobody that I knew, and then I made a friend, and then that teacher left, so I went back to where I sat.
I was fairly good. I never had to be moved. I've had some class.
I got moved, and it wasn't my fault. I didn't make a joke. The guy next to me was making a joke, and he started laughing, and he turned at me. I'm like, what? And then the teacher's like, all right, Jacob, you can move up. And the guy next to me, or ahead of me, was like, yeah. He's like, you didn't even say anything. And he's like, I don't care. You've been talking this whole week. And I'm like, it's Monday. Like, what do you mean this whole week? That's what I said. I'm like, it's Monday. And then he goes, it's like, wow, couldn't even get 20 minutes into Monday. And I'm like, the 10-minute bell rang. I'm like, this guy is just looking for trouble. Oh, boo-hoo. I can't say. No, he was a football coach, so.
I had a friend named Kevin who, we were in this class, and it was probably the worst class I've ever been in. It was middle school, 7th grade. And I had this teacher before in 6th grade, and he was awesome. I loved being in his class. He made learning fun, especially with it was like just language arts, and I've always been fairly good with language arts. And next year, so I took him in 6th grade. I was excited for 7th grade, and I had my friend Kevin in the class, so I was pretty excited. But then I realized that the whole classroom was full of like the delinquents,
these cornholes,
degenerates
that just can't do anything.
They just can't focus, and they're I don't know how to make it not sound mean, but you can totally tell they're the ones who would eat like hot Cheetos for breakfast and have like the silver teeth.
Oh, yikes!
Yeah, they're like, okay, man, or they would just say stuff like that.
Oh, I think I know.
They were like the kids we were just talking about who like curse every other word. And they didn't have any respect for the teacher.
This middle school, too.
Yeah, and normally you get like a few bad apples in the class. This was a whole class of those bad apples. And the teacher even like yelled at us saying that, oh, like you guys are the reason I have gray hair. And I bring this up because I was sitting with my small group just talking about like this book we just read. And Kevin is sitting like on the side, and the person sitting next to him is just talking and just it's pretty loud. And the teacher was like, hey, Kevin, you need to move right now because you're talking way too loud. And Kevin was just sitting down quiet. And he goes, I wasn't even talking. I'm like, I was like, Kevin, just move because it's going to make him, it's only going to get him angrier.
He's going to get so mad right now.
Yeah. So I definitely hated kids like that. Mm-hmm. And I've never, even in high school, I never had a classroom be so disrespectful to a teacher. Oh. I've had classrooms where we just didn't like the teacher, but we never been like oh, just straight up ignored him. We just like made little remarks on the side. Like when they would talk, we would at least let them talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just terrible. That's what grinded my gears.
I don't think ever in like school have I ever had a teacher that like nobody respected. And I can definitely say, I'm not gonna say which teacher it was. I had multiple that like a bunch of students that they loved just hated them. It wasn't like a back and forth connection. It was just we got out of that class, and like a year later I think people would just reveal that they hated that class. But that was funny. So obnoxiously cussing kids.
We just hate children.
No kids allowed. That's why we don't have kids on the podcast, except for Jimmy and Julian and Daniel.
Yeah,
just because they
can be nice and respectful.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely we wouldn't have any other kids. Because Jacob and I talked it over on like, okay, who would be good, but that's a whole nother topic. Stuff that like really annoys us is just kids who think that they're better than like other kids just because they wear the nice clothes. Like, I get it, fashion is important and everything, but where you like make fun of someone because they have to shop at Ross or like or Walmart, it's just kind of rude and messed up. Maybe because I liked going to those places like Ross and Goodwill, but yeah,
that's just like a pompous thing for rich people to do, and I'm not gonna say who like who it is who does it, because I've never encountered anybody saying that like, oh, you shop at Ross, like, why? Just because I've seen people like with money shop at Ross, so I'm like, they're smart.
Like, one of the things was I got made fun of because I got a free backpack, and they're like, oh, that's a weird looking backpack. Like, oh, I got it for free. Oh, really? You didn't get the... I was like, I don't care. It's like, yeah, the JanSports are super cool and everything, but I got a free bag. Why am I going to use anything else?
I think I fell into the peer pressure of getting a JanSport backpack just because I didn't want to carry around the big backpack that had like 40 zippers and all that. And I mean, they were helpful. None of them ripped, but I mean, I still have the JanSport from sophomore year. Yeah. So it works, but I mean, I think everyone got the black JanSport, and that was it, just because it's basic.
Yeah, that one. I mean, those are all fine backpacks. Whatever works. Just don't belittle people because they have. Don't
belittle Justin. Yeah. He has a free backpack. Yeah. What's another thing that grinds my gears?
Maybe I should just have. Maybe we should have a whole therapy episode for Justin. So this one time,
I had a backpack that was free. No, I think I talked about this. I haven't been on social media for very long. I think nowadays I've been on social media for maybe about a full year. Not gonna do Twitter. I don't see a purpose.
We'll see on me. I like following just stuff directors.
I miss Vine.
But TikTok's funny.
TikTok has its moments. Yeah, that's pretty much all. But I think the people that comment on like other people's posts and stuff like
I hate it when people comment with nothing but emojis.
No. That one's annoying. Like a bunch of laugh till cry emojis, and I hate the people that what's it called? The most in the comment sections of people that just bring up unnecessary like hate and think that their opinion matters on this post, like the person's actually gonna read it. Like, I get that in certain situations, like if say a rapper does something and like, oh, this is gonna be trash.
Relax, triggered kids.
Exactly. It's like there's certain people that like certain pages, like sports pages, being a Padres fan, you get a lot of Dodger heat, but I mean, Padre fans give it back to Dodger fans too, so it's that I don't think I've only been in one time where like somebody said something so stupid, I was just like, wow, that was the dumbest thing I could have possibly ever seen.
I think my brain just committed suicide.
Yeah, it was something dumb. And then when people go, I've seen like comment sections with people that say like something really stupid, and then you click on the comment profile picture, and like you see the description in their profiles, like, you clicked here because you got triggered, keep crying, like, type thing. It's like, wow, you had that much of a life to make that and think that was funny.
Yeah, people who obsess over comments and just social media in general are kind of, they're the more on the insecure side and just become more annoying. I mean, I use social media just to post either goofy things or nice stuff with my family or girlfriend and all that stuff. But majority of the stuff that I do that kind of leans into like the hate comments is anything like movie or comic book related, like, oh, this movie sucked. I'm like, oh, I enjoyed it. It's like, well, how could you believe that? I'm like, I think that's just my thing.
Another thing that kind of like,
and it's weird because you have to like justify why you like it, and like I don't have to justify anything.
Yeah, because their opinion is the gold standard, and if you have a different one, you must explain, Justin. Free backpack. I think one time, just reading, situationally with like people that report news and stuff like that. If you didn't know, I've already said this like multiple times. I do the sports page for like Padres and Chargers.
What's the account? Plug it in.
Right here. I don't know the full name.
You don't even know your own
Bolts
account.
and Friars News. 69 might be in it, but I think one time, what I try to do is I try to be consistent with reporting news. I don't want to be the first person. I want to be the person that reports the true news. So that happened recently with the passing of DMX. God rest his soul, of course. There were so many posts about it. I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting all these posts of like people saying that he's dead, and then a bunch of people saying he's not dead. At that point, I found that so like sad that people exploited his death for likes, and then people were posting on their story and like, oh, like R.I.P. And then his manager comes out, he's not dead. Whoops. Delete the post because we try to go too fast, and then unfortunately he passes the day after. But it just goes to show how fast people will jump on the ship of
people like, are so concerned of being the fastest instead of being truthful.
Yeah, and I think that's what upsets me even more now that I'm a sports journalist. No, just it's quicker. I wouldn't even call myself a reporter or anything like that.
You just like posting about stuff that you like
about it, and I'm quick with it, and everything, and I'm very accurate with a bunch of the stuff. I try to do that and everything, but I think that just frustrates me to see all these like pages with like 1 million followers just absolutely plague the internet with this kind of stuff. I think that's.
I guess to sum it up, we just hate children and the internet.
Children and children on the internet. That's a whole nother different thing when kids have like Instagram pages. Certain kids I'll be fine with, like if they're posting just random goofy things, that's completely fine with me. But if they're like posting things and like knowing that like, oh, if my mom saw this,
that's what I really hate. Like they're just posting like they're cursing on social media or smoking when they're not supposed to. I see so much of that.
I have too many family members on Instagram to like post something like on the edge of doing something dumb to be like that, and I don't even do anything stupid.
Yeah, and we're not trying to call out anybody, but
not at all. This is none of my family members.
But this is one thing that does annoy me, and it's just luckily I can say it, and it's very broad because a lot of you. I was gonna say, a lot of you guys are so dumb.
I already know you're about to talk about the food.
Yeah, like we get it. People post pictures of your food, but you know what's stupid is when they make it like the boomerang effect. It's like I get it. It's like, oh look how close it is. It's like, oh my god. I'm like, you guys are such like.
I don't know. I don't find that
hillbillies.
I don't find that annoying, honestly.
Hillbilly beers.
I think it. That'll get you. I think. In the aspect of food, I've only posted a food picture once, and it was like 4 days after I got Instagram. So I was very like I got Instagram, I gotta post, like I gotta post stuff, and I still do post sports stuff.
I think the only thing I posted food related was the heart-shaped pizza I had on Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's cute.
It was so good.
Other than that, maybe just cake with like somebody taking a picture, like. With candles and everything.
Taking a picture.
I don't see a problem.
Not looking at the camera, like.
I don't see a problem with boomerang.
Oh, that annoys me so much.
I think it's funny.
But it's like, usually like the of course I don't know the name of it. I don't know the name of any food or drinks. It's like the cup of fruit that has that spicy straw on it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's just like.
Not many of our family members do that, so a lot of them are in the clear.
You're being too nice.
At least that from what I see. Right? It's a lot of my friends from high school. Again, no call out. Like, do your thing. If Justin saw it, I mean, you might get called out, but I don't see an issue with it. But it's nothing for me to like comment on Justin's next post about, yo, so why don't you like boomerang effect on food? I think I'll only do that just to annoy Justin. I'm gonna tag him like 10 times on. I guess just like I said, children with.
If you could take a lesson from this episode, be respectful.
Yeah.
Make sure you finish at least 5th grade vocabulary so you can have more than just the F word under your belt.
Yeah. It just sounds like, one word, and you think it's funny. Good Lord. And you think you look funny, and you say it, and people are looking at you like you're 14, you're like 12 years old saying this, and come on now. Don't act like that.
Don't try it.
Do not. Obi-Wan has told us plenty of times to not try it. But overall, I think we've got this settled.
This won't be the last time we talk about stuff that annoys us.
We'll try to get Isaiah on, and maybe we can get one of you guys on and see if you guys share the same type of gear grinding situational problems with us. But yeah, I think we can wrap this one up.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching this episode. We took a break, but now we're back.
Which episode are we on? I totally forgot at this point.
I don't know. The people who still...
Let me see. The last time we did the episode that had a podcast was episode 7 with Jimmy.
Oh,
so
wow.
We're on episode 8, barely.
Episode 8, wow. I feel like we've been filming a while, but you know what? Thank you guys for watching episode 8.
Yes.
It's been real fun. We're going to get back on I want to say the grind, but we're going to get back to work on making more content.
Consistent schedule. And hopefully it doesn't happen again where the situation comes up where we get super busy. I know next month I'm going to be in finals, but
and I'm getting a new shift.
We film around the weekends, so hopefully around that time we can find some time to do that, and Justin can edit. Major shout out to the birthday boy, turned 23.
Mr.
Turned 23 yesterday. He's Mr. Music,
Mr.
Worldwide. So yeah, whoop-de birthday for Justin. But yeah, hopefully we don't fall off like what we did. Justin got hold of the soundbite thing. I have not been good with setting off sound bites. Justin's been having a blast just throwing them up. But I think we can finish it off. We can wrap it up and say our goodbyes and everything.
Yeah, send them off, Jacob.
Alrighty, well, thank you for watching episode 8 of the Cheap Labor Podcast. As always, I'm Jacob, and that's Justin. We'll see you guys next time.